I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story. The Man of the Longboats. Reading it to level 3B. The Man of the Longboats. Okay, let's read it. Today, let's learn about the Viking who invaded and ruled other regions thousands of years ago. The Man of the Longboats. The Vikings are here. When people in the little sea-coast towns of northern Europe heard this cry, some were very afraid they couldn't move. Others grabbed up their children and everything they could carry from their houses and ran and hid in the woods. Still others ran down to the sea with spears or rocks or clubs to fight the Vikings. Or this was 1,000 years ago. The Vikings were good sailors and fierce fighters whose homes were beside rough waters in the cold north. They built warships to travel from Norway to Iceland and Greenland. When some settled down, later daring Vikings sailed farther and farther from home. They built special boats to carry goods to people in faraway lands. When the Vikings were traders, they were welcomed, for they traded furs and fish and oil for whatever things people had. The ships of other countries did not come to the Northland. The Vikings were the only people brave enough to sail far away with only the sun, moon, and stars to guide them. They also knew which food to eat on a voyage to keep healthy. On board they ate cheese, meat, store bread, and butter. Whenever they went ashore, they searched for food. The Vikings found that they could be pirates as well as traders and steal some of the things they wanted. Their swords were sharp, and in their swift boats they had no fear of pursuit. For many years the Vikings ruled the seas, sailing along the coast in boats that looked like sea serpents. They burned towns, stole what they wanted, and even took some people for slaves. Many of the Vikings were fair-haired, and many were tall. In battle, they often wore tunics, long shirts made of iron rings strung together. Their overshields were made of wood with a metal knob in the center. In their high pointed helmets, they may have seemed like giants to frighten villagers under attack. When the fighting was over, the Vikings sailed home, carrying their stolen goods and their captives. What do you suppose happened to the captured people who became the Vikings' slaves? New slaves must have been surprised to find the Vikings were not so fierce at home. There, many of them lived quietly as farmers. Viking children could swim and ride horseback and sail boats. There weren't any schools, but when Vikings learned how to write from people in other countries, they made their children learn too. Slaves had to serve their masters, but were generally treated with kindness. No slave ever changed to an oar of a Viking ship. Then the Vikings began taking land from people in other countries. In their new lands, the Vikings tried to live as they had at home, but many of the ways of the new lands became their ways, and in the time the Vikings became part of the new country, they were no longer Vikings, yet their stories lived. The stories tell us that Loki, the son of Eric the Red, sailed all the way across the Atlantic Ocean before Columbus did. He spent a winter in Greenland, and we know as Newfoundland. Look at the map on the next page. Everything colored red is the Viking land. Did anyone in your family, even far, far back, come from any of these countries? Then perhaps you're related to the Vikings. I'm so sleepy. Today and tomorrow is Friday, my beloved Friday. So, okay, today I will just read the map of the longboats, the Vikings. Okay, bye. Oh my God. Bye.